Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megzy. Merry Christmas. And today I will be doing the end of year booktube tag. I will be answering 5 questions to wrap up the end of 2024. So the first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? Yes, I am maybe a little bit over halfway of The White Girl by Toni Birch, and I will be reviewing that book in my December wrap up. So I definitely will be able to finish it by the end of the year. The second question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? I mean, considering it's the winter solstice, I wouldn't say autumnal, but no, I don't. I don't really tend to read seasonally. Maybe I should start, but I just tend to read whatever I'm in the mood for, and that changes pretty regularly. Is there a new release that you're still waiting for? Question number 3. I was waiting for The Witches of El Paso by Louis Jamarillo, but that came out at the end of October, so it is already out. That was recommended by a friend, but I don't really have any new releases. Actually, I do. I'm looking at my TBR right now on Goodreads. Coming out in 2025, I think. One Day Everyone Will Have Always Been Against This by Omar El Akkad. That is something that is a new release coming out next year. So I feel like that's the only new release other than The Witches of El Paso that I can mention. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Well, considering that it's December 23rd, that's just not going to be possible. But other than The White Girl, I think I might be getting The Message by Ta-Nehisi Coates for Christmas. Someone's in the kitchen, so my mom who got it for me. But I cannot possibly finish 3 books by the end of the year, but I would like to finish at least one, the aforementioned book by Toni Birch. Is there a book that you think could still shock you and become your favorite of the year? Well, going back to the previous question, considering that the year's almost done, probably not. I really will have to go back and look at all of the books I read to pick out favorites, like 5-star, 4.5-star reads. I could probably make a video about that for next year and just go over reading stats. But no, I mean, the end of the year is almost done, so I don't think I can really be shocked. And then the actually number 6 question, I lied, is have you already started to make reading plans for 2025? Yes, I have about 44 books on my Goodreads list of wanting to read. So I have quite a lot. I have actually wanted to read more nonfiction, like more, more socialist theory. Yeah, that's right. That could be coached, written in more modern terms, applied to today's world, because I feel like when you're just reading political theory, it is hard to understand, because it feels like written in the 1840s. So one example of that is A Failure Vision, Michael Harrington and the Limits of Democratic Socialism. That's one book I want to read, definitely. Also, Rosa Luxemburg's Reform Revolution. Obviously, this is an older book from, I don't know, turn of the 20th century. But again, I do want to read a little bit more political theory. And then, of course, in general, there's just like a couple authors I want to check out. Ilan Pappé, he's an Israeli-British historian. Tariq Lee, I have only read, I think that's how you say his name, or is it Tariq? I've only read his fiction, and I do want to check out some of his nonfiction books. Particularly, he has a book on Afghanistan. I think it's called The 40 Years War in Afghanistan, just to understand the history of the country a little bit more. And then in general, of course, I have like a lot of fiction as well. I just want to read, just keeping in with what I generally review, which tends to be a lot of women authors from around the world. And I feel like I tend to read a lot of like books that are about people from like colonized backgrounds. I feel like that's been like a theme of what I've read a lot of this year. And I would also say another reading plan for 2025 as a goal is to read 55 books. I think this year I will probably hit 48. So that's just shy of how many I wanted to read, but I really didn't even start wanting to do booktube until like more than halfway through the year. So I think I did pretty well. But yeah, that's basically it for the end of the year tag, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.